ready.
We're ready.
Welcome back
ready.
to Alcohol Content. We are here after Thanksgiving. We are stuffed full. You can see my belly is just flowing over this table right now. But we're back at it. We got a job to do. We got some scotch to drink. But before we get to that, we get here with Ryan. We got
That's
Rick.
me.
Yeah.
And you got me, Austin. And so, Rick, what do we got going this week?
We have some Auchentoshan.
Ooh.
It's a lowland Scotch, single malt Scotch. We just cracked the bottle right before we came on air, but it's been poured for about 10 minutes, breathing. But I have never had it before. I assume neither of you have never had it before.
I have not.
It's a very unassuming bottle, a strange shape.
Yeah.
You don't really see that.
It's like the old school Highland Park bottles.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's got definitely a reference to Highland Park, although Highland Park is a Highland Scotch, and this is a Lowland Scotch. So it's 80 proof. It's I just checked. It goes locally here for $71.99, but Ryan and I saw it. We might have been in a different state and saw it for about $40 and went, okay, we're picking this puppy up. So
the black market.
Yeah. Well, no, it was behind a store, at somebody's pickup in an alley.
Well,
showed
it
up.
smells like it was behind a store. Jesus.
What do you know about Lowland Scotch?
I know absolutely nothing other than the altitude. It is low.
I'm gonna go with
and guess what? That's all there is to know.
Exactly. I know I'm right on that
sort
one.
of like Florida, right?
Yeah.
The highest point is 345 feet above sea level. No, it's
So far, I know it's stanky based on my sniffs. So give me a little education here.
So old school Lowland Scotch was triple distilled rather than double distilled, like most Scotch. So and it's Irish does triple distill.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a weird mix of Irish and normal, the rest of the Scotch realm. That being said, the Lowland distilleries have been like wiped out, essentially. There used to be a bunch of them.
Global warming, rising tides.
That's exactly Lowlands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
no, it's yeah, and so they're called ladies of the Scotch or Scotch for breakfast, Lowland traditionally, just because it's in theory lighter, more perfumey. Some of it was triple distilled. Auchentoshan is still triple distilled, but it went through sort of a hard patch, and so there are
80s, right?
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s, and so most of the Lowlands just went away. The distilleries or whatever, they shut down. Now there's a resurgence. So depending on what you read, there's 6, 8, 10, 12. There's all kinds of new distilleries coming on, but they're doing different stuff now. Like they're not following any lowland. It's like we're gonna peat. So traditionally this was unpeated,
triple distilled.
and Auchentoshan actually means corner of the field, and it's Glasgow. It's in Glasgow, and so they are an old time distillery. One that did
There's
last.
two left. There's two left that were old and are still working
for lowlands. Yes, yeah.
This and Glenkinchie.
Yep. So this was in 1823. They've got it right here on the neck. 1823. They did stop production in 1941 because Adolf decided to bomb Glasgow and the shipyards. The shipyards on the River Clyde, where their distillery is near, and so their distillery actually was destroyed.
So they took a day off.
They took World War.
Yeah.
They took the rest of World War II off. Anyway,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, but it is triple distilled, so it's supposed to be light, fruity,
and it's dual barreled, sherry barreled, and bourbon barreled.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but the nose, you're right. The nose is sort of punching.
Yeah.
I get a sweetness to it.
There's certainly a sweetness, but what it does make me think of is a barn. It makes me think of like an animal
really?
barn. Yeah, it's like hay mixed with like some sort of manure and stuff. It's going a little bit harsh on it, but it has the stank of that.
See, I get more of a like a field with a bunch of different wildflowers.
I get
real perfumey, but not as like danky as
Yeah,
what
see, I
you're
get like a
talking about.
farm muddy field.
See, I get earthy. I get sort of like a corner of a field.
Yeah.
No, I do get.
Did you know that corner of a field is actually what Auchentoshan is?
Yes,
Yeah.
Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the nose is interesting.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's like almost like rotting fruit. It's kind of
but that's the sweetness to me.
Yeah.
There's a sweetness on the nose too.
it's interesting. It's not bad. It's just strange.
But butterscotch is coming through now.
And it doesn't smell briny like a lot
Yeah,
of
it does.
scotch.
Well, I get a little. There's
Just-
a tad. Yeah.
A little bit of pencil.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow.
No, I
That goes into, you know, those little tiny chocolates that have like liqueur inside of them. That's what that ends with. Like almost like a coffee liqueur.
Hey, if I didn't know, I mean, this is only 80 proof, but that's pretty oily and viscous going
Yeah.
all the way down. And I do pick up a little graphite, but I pick up just a wonderful sweetness too.
Man, that is an interesting, especially coming from the nose and then tasting it. It has like a syrup, not syrup as in a bad way, but like viscosity.
Yeah, but it's still light in profile. It's not super thick and dark. It's light and a little bit.
There's
thicker.
elements of this that remind
Oily.
me of
Oily
Red
is
Breast
right.
12.
little bit.
I mean, there's more different, sharper notes going on, but there's some Red Breast 12y stuff happening there too.
Yeah, I think it has those notes, but then it's just kind of like, but remember, we're still Scotch.
It's Scotch.
That's
yeah.
exactly
Yes,
right. Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Hello.
That triple distilled definitely brings that Irish whiskey, but it's like, yeah, but guess what? We're still Scotch.
Yeah, 100%.
Man.
I get the stereotype. where
The
it's like
light
breakfast
fruity-
scotch
yes.
sort of like this is good. This would be good to start your day.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's nice. It's refreshing almost.
Yeah.
But it's still complex and a lot going on.
What a coincidence that we're recording this at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
So-
that's. I had some of my Wheaties earlier.
We got a long day of recording ahead of us.
So
everybody.
does some of that stank stuff that wasn't super pleasant on the nose? Is that coming through on the palate, Austin?
No,
for you?
it does not.
Yeah.
But the fruit, like the kind of fruitiness does. But yeah, it's a strange nose to palate.
I mean, it's very heavily sherry influenced to me. Like the sherry comes through a lot,
Yes.
and I think it is prominent because of the triple distillation, because it's lighter, so that sherry is just like, whoa, there it is.
Although now I'm getting some cinnamon on the nose. Getting some spices.
On the taste, I
really?
get some hay, some graphite,
Yeah.
and not in an unpleasant way. Definitely that sherry influence is there. So definitely some ripe fruits.
Definitely farm to mouth.
Farm to
Yes.
mouth.
Oh, it is organic. No.
Yeah, this is great. Unique.
It's so interesting.
I would like to try other Lowland Scotches to see what
Well,
they're similar.
It's pretty hard to find Lowland Scotches. At least it will be for a while.
Yeah.
There's other Auchentoshan bottles, which are expensive. They get more expensive. And
This
then
is sort of their flagship.
you can
Yeah.
find Glenkinchie around, but again, only maybe a couple expressions from them.
Well,
At least here.
Yeah.
hopefully, at least next year, we should have more Scotch because the tariffs have been either decreased or removed for Scotch in particular. So some sort of trade agreement
More-
went in.
More stuff available, less price to it.
Yeah, so they can
hopefully.
actually ship it to us
Yeah.
and people will buy it because it's not going to be so expensive. So
Well, the price probably won't go down because they'll just keep it up.
yeah, but I think they're actually choosing not to ship it because of the tariffs. So it's not even getting over here.
and that makes sense.
So,
yeah, you got to get
yeah.
over those humps.
So hopefully we'll have our Scotch market will be
Yeah,
much more
and
flush.
I mean, in the next, a bunch of these Lowland distilleries are opening up, and they opened up, in the 2000s, some as late as like
Yeah.
a year or two ago.
Yes, and
And
some
so-
on the horizon opening up. So it's like just exploding
As-
back again.
As
But-
time goes on, it'll be more and more and more.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool. Like, oh, this one now there's a 10-year of this other lowland distillery.
But they're more like like we would know as craft distilleries. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna peat. So they're not following sort of what the
There's no
lowlands are
tradition.
traditionally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sort of what they sort of traditionally did. So that's cool. That's cool in a way. And I mean, I'm glad Auchentoshan's around. I'm really pleased with this. This is really good.
yeah, the other one that everyone kind of goes for with them is they have a 3-wood. That's 3 different. So bourbon barrel, sherry barrel, and what's the other one? Oh, probably Pedro Jimenez barrel.
I think so. Yes.
So
That'd
2
be
different
fun.
kinds of sherry barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is great.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, you got it for $50.
$40, but yeah.
Okay.
Good
But
luck.
It's 70
Yeah, good
bucks.
luck
It's
finding it
70
for
bucks
that.
here. It's $70.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into Scotch, I mean, Scotch is expensive anyways.
Mhm.
So this is probably going to be a normal bottle. I would say pick this up. This is actually kind of reminding me. We have had it off air, but the 19-year Kirkland, the
Yeah.
Speyside Scotch, which is really good. This has the nose is totally different, but same flavor profile and kind of heading that way for me.
To me, I think it's like if you're an Irish whiskey fan
Oh,
and you
yeah.
want to get into Scotch, this is a really good stepping stone because or just something on the lighter side. You don't want as much smoke, even if it's not peated. Most of them are fairly smoky and briny, and this is way less of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're a bourbon drinker and want to sort of move into some Scotch, this is not a bad one to go with because it is just pleasant, nice.
Very
Yeah.
pleasant.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Although the nose might put people off, especially from bourbon. Bourbon's super sweet, so the nose would be kind of strange, I think.
yeah,
But well, there you have it, folks.
Mhm.
Auchentoshan.
do it.
We got our lowlands coming in hot. Yeah, so make sure you like the video. Okay, we need your likes. We appreciate it. Also, share this video. That's a new one. Okay, I'm adding that to the list of things that you got to do because it helps us out. It gets us into the YouTube algorithms. Okay, we appreciate it. Comment. Tell us what else you want us to drink because we have an infinite amount and it's hard to choose from. So we need your help. Alrighty. Well,
Help us
outside of
out.
that,
Help us out.
help.
Cheers.